Should we put some cheese on our pizza?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna let you go first.
What kind of cheese is
This
this?
is mozzarella.
Oh, gorge.
In a diced form.
Dicing with, well, I was going to say death mozzarella.
Hi, I'm Mike. You're watching Behind the Base. I cannot tell you how excited I am today to be joined by the incredible Kofi. After stealing the show on season 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race UK, T's gone on to release a string of really highly successful singles and hit number 3 on the official charts. Today, she's sashayed away from the studio and joined me in the kitchen. And I'm really excited to see how this goes. Kofi, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling ready for pizza.
You look ready for pizza. This is the pizza making get-up, I imagine.
Is this what you usually wear?
This is what they don't let me wear it on camera.
No, well, it would have looked the same. Do you know what I mean?
There's got to be some differences.
Yeah, contrast.
So as I said, I'm really excited to have you here. You are, clearly very, been very successful on RuPaul. I know you were big on in the drag scene before you went on RuPaul's Drag Race UK. But when did you first sort of get into drag? What was the first sort of time you saw drag, and how long did it take for you to start performing?
So I first did drag in a musical.
Okay.
Because basically I used to take shows up to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Uh-huh.
And I saw this musical called Saucy Jack and the Space Vixens. And I was like, I want to do that.
Uh-huh.
I want to do that part. And there's a drag role in the show. So naturally I got the rights and cast myself.
Okay.
It's good to be proactive.
Well, it would be a bit embarrassing if you didn't get that gig. How old are you when you did your own show?
Well, it was about 7 years ago, so I must have been 11.
Okay, yeah, sure, that makes sense. Perfect. Well, such a young age too.
Yeah, I know, isn't that mad?
So independent. That looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Really nice knee, maybe better than mine.
I would agree.
I am at a slight disadvantage today.
Why?
I fell off my bike.
Oh no. What were you doing?
Cycling.
Well, yeah, that makes sense,
All
actually,
right.
now that you say it. Right.
You feeling brave?
I'm feeling froggy and I want to leap.
We're going to chuck it up in the air. So the spin is more important than the throw.
I have no idea what you're doing.
It's all about rotating your wrist and then pushing it up.
I usually have good wrist action, but this feels too much like sports.
Okay. Let's try it. That was good.
Was that okay?
That was good. So let's do that, but higher.
With the spin?
Yeah.
I've got flour in my eyes.
Like nothing ever happens. Hopefully I don't drop this one.
Go on,
Right.
I bet you do.
I'm going to give you a pan, and I'm going to give me a pan. So that's for you.
Thank you very much.
And what we're going to do is lift up our dough and drop it in the pan, just like that.
Okay.
So we're going to do some sauce now, and it's pretty straightforward. Sauce goes in the middle.
Love
And
it.
you spread it around,
Getting saucy.
and you get it all over the dough just like that. Let's see how you go.
Why am I nervous after I've already dropped some dough?
Well, it can't get much worse than that.
Ew.
Excellent. So when did you first sort of realise your authentic self? When did you sort of become Kofi?
Well, I don't know. I think like authenticity and being yourself is like an ongoing process. It's not something you can be like, today I've realised I'm me.
Sure.
Like you just sort of work every day at sort of being you, being real, dealing with your own struggles, dealing with the problems of like the day-to-day. And like, especially at the moment, like everyone's really been through it with like the global panettone and all that kind of thing. But like everyone's really been through it. So I think people really sort of like face struggles every day, just sort of like existing, going to social events and stuff. Like it's still hard because we haven't quite recovered from that. So I think it's just something we need to work at and just like feel your oats, as they say, as the kids say.
So you've been on shows, you've been on stages for a long time. I'm sure you've seen some pretty outrageous things. What is the sort of the most out there thing that you've seen done on a stage, or maybe that you've had to do?
In terms of like my drag, the most outrageous thing that's ever happened to me is this person made me make a pizza when they broke their wrist falling off a bike.
Yeah.
It was like wild.
That
I
is
was like,
pretty
how are you
out
making a pizza when your wrist is broken? Do you know what I mean?
Very slowly.
Some people just have that skill set and that talent.
Should we put some cheese on our
Yeah,
pizza?
let's do
All right,
it.
I'm going to let you go first.
What kind of cheese is
This
this?
is mozzarella.
Oh, gorge.
In a diced form.
Dicing with, I was going to say death mozzarella. Do you have a drag name?
Do I have a drag name?
Yeah, because I think if you don't, we should come up with one.
We've got a dish called the Polo Pesto. I thought maybe Paulo Pesto might be like my name, but that's maybe a bit Pizza Express specific.
You could go like more vague on the food and be Liz Anya.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's got a lot of layers.
You've been working with Cahill and Little Boots, and you were in a Mick Jagger music video a couple of years ago, I understand.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And, and you sort of your time in the music industry has been relatively short. But how does it feel to go from sort of starting out, but you've got singles out and working with these legends? How does it feel to sort of have that in such a short space of time?
It feels correct. No, it feels like actually quite amazing and like really overwhelming, to be honest with you, because like it's not something you necessarily anticipate or expect,
Sure.
particularly from drag, because I really like Pepper. Just because like it hasn't really happened that often
Right.
that people sort of like take drag queens doing music seriously.
Do you think that it was almost a bit difficult maybe to take it seriously because of the sort of the ideas that people have of what drag music should or does normally sound like?
Yeah, I think especially coming off the back of the show, I think people thought that I'd come out with like some sort of novelty camp record and it wouldn't be like anything more than a flash in the pan. Flash in the pan.
Brilliant.
But yeah, no, I'm just really happy that I can keep putting things out and people are really listening to it and enjoying it, and it's sort of slowly getting more and more sort of like recognition from people as just like real music rather than like, oh, this drag queen did a song. Cool.
Yeah. And the song you're going to perform to us today, Antidote, is that right?
Yes.
Tell us about that. What is the song about? What can we expect?
So the song is a real contrast to sort of the songs on the first EP because it's sort of more about coming out of a relationship and maybe finding that new person who you think or hope is going to sort of like heal that broken heart, which comes from a very real place. Shout out to my ex-boyfriend Mark, hope you're watching.
I think it's fair to say that the drag fan base is very vocal and very fierce.
Fan base.
The fan base.
Base.
And obviously there's a culture within drag of sort of like cattiness and like throwing shade, and God forbid you might be described as basic. You know, whether the people like you or not, they're very vocal. How do you sort of cut through the noise, whether it's positive or negative?
It's pretty tough, particularly with like social media and stuff. I think a lot of the fans are very keen on their fave and think the best way to support their fave is to put other people down.
Sure.
And it isn't, because we're literally all friends. That's like the worst possible thing that you could be doing to support people that you care about. So I think like people should really shift their mentality to uplifting people rather than bringing other people down. It actually can be quite exhausting. And I've been like really, really fortunate because I don't usually get a lot of the negativity from the fandom. That's often directed elsewhere, but like people who receive it, like it gets to the point where people have to quit Twitter and come off social media because they can't deal with it anymore because it's just like unfair and unfounded. And like if you really care about like one of your favorites and you think someone's done something wrong to them and you're going to attack them, don't worry about it. I'm grown. If I've got an issue with someone else, they will be receiving a strongly worded WhatsApp. I don't need you to tweet about it on my behalf. I just need you to enjoy your life and have a lovely time.
And sort of drag in the whole scene is like meant to be really inclusive, isn't it? And really accepting. And
Absolutely.
So that sort of behaviour seems sort of, you know, that kind of goes against that.
Yeah, completely. I think a lot of the time, as a result of some of what you see on the show, it's quite limited in terms of the actual spectrum of drag that's in the real world.
Sure.
So I think a lot of the fans have like a very streamlined and very basic view of what drag is or what drag should be. And the gag of the situation is it's none of your business and everyone can do what they want.
Right.
So like, I just let people exist and let people live their lives. If you feel like you need to bring someone else down to make yourself feel better, redirect your attention to just making yourself feel better. Uplift yourself. Do something nice for yourself today.
Yeah.
Make a pizza.
Make a pizza or come in and have one at Pizza Express.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
I'll
good.
be here.
So obviously it's Pride Month.
It is.
And so what is your sort of words of wisdom, words of advice, maybe people who haven't found their most authentic self? What's your sort of advice for those people who are maybe struggling a little bit just now?
Do you know what? I think everyone's already said like so many words being like be yourself and be happy and be proud of who you are. But I think my main statement would be like be safe.
Okay.
Because I think for a lot of people, they feel a lot of encouragement and pressure these days to sort of like come out and punch through and do it like immediately. But I think it's really all about like making sure the time is right for you, and that's different for everyone. There's no like correct answer. You can't sort of like just watch a Netflix series about like 15-year-olds being like super gay everywhere and be like, I should be doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe you don't live in a place where that's safe. Maybe you know that your family won't be happy with that. So just like be safe, and if there are people that can support you and that you can confide in, then talk to them first. And if you don't have that, then there are phone numbers and charitable organisations who will be there to listen and to support you, because you're never alone. There's so many of us in the LGBTQ plus umbrella living our authentic lives and sort of like out there ready to support people.
Fantastic, that was really quite inspiring advice.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, should we get these in the oven?
Yeah, do let's.
Okay, what we're going to do is just push it in.
Oh, rude. Maybe
Just
later,
like
buy
that.
me a drink first.
Gently like that, don't touch the oven. Fantastic.
Didn't go very far.
That's okay. We'll
I would
close
not
that
be good
over.
at curling.
And then they're going to cook. And in the meantime, we're going to play a little quick fire round.
Love a quick fire round.
Tea or coffee?
Gin and tonic.
Little Mix or Dua Lipa?
You are an evil person. The answer is Leanne Pinnock from Little Mix.
Doctor Who or Star Trek?
Doctor Who.
Heels or hair?
Heels.
Music or movies?
Music.
Good
Obs.
answer. Fantastic. All right, let's check out these pizzas. I reckon they're done. I'm going to give that to you.
Why?
Because you're going to take it out.
Okay.
Nice and level.
Oh my god, I'm scared.
Use nice and slow on the thing. And then we'll come over here and then I'll give you a plate.
Am I going to drop
I hope not.
another pizza,
That
maybe?
would be a lot of hard work in the bin. I would
You're
go
right.
in and then all the way through. Don't go back, just straight through.
Never look back.
Never look back.
Oh, I did that horribly.
No, that's good. Keep going.
But it's going to fall off the...
You can shimmy it back a bit.
Okay,
Then
work.
you're through. Yeah. Amazing. It looks fantastic. I'm certainly satisfied with your handiwork.
Thank you.
Should we have a little cheers and a little slice?
Oh, go on, let's do it. I'm going to choose that one because it looks pretty.
That looks really nice.
Cheers.
Lovely. Enjoy.
Messy.
Embarrassing.
Feels like the party's over. I can't hear a sound. I'm only getting older. It's wearing me down. When the silence gets to me, I need a remedy. I don't even know how to find that part of me, a distant memory I can't hold. Don't go, can't do this on my own. Never let me go, take it real slow. Let's go home, where we can be alone, with no one else to hold. You could be my antidote. You could be my antidote. You could be my antidote. When my eyes get red and heavy, so deep I could drown. I don't wanna be unsteady. Will you keep me on the ground? When the silence gets to me, I need a remedy. I don't even know how to find that part of me, a distant memory I can't hold. Don't go, can't do this on my own. Never let me go, take it real slow. Let's go home, where we can be alone, with no one else to hold. You could be my antidote. When you touch me that way, you could be my antidote. But you don't want me to stay, you could be my antidote. And it feels like I'm coming down from the high you gave me now. I'm not the one that you can't live without, but you could be my antidote. When you touch me that way, you could be my antidote. But you don't want me to stay, you could be my antidote. Feels like the party's over.